Hello guys, sorry, I'm just getting one thing checked on because my brain got distracted. My brain got distracted. Check out a few things real quick. Some personal things, some things that don't matter for stream. Hopefully y'all can hear me okay. Hopefully you can hear me okay. This is the check. I know a lot of people are like, no! No. And apparently we're gonna be upside down, but we're gonna use the other camera real quick because I have to do this. And actually, let's make sure the display is off. And I'm sorry I only seen the top of my head. Let's navigate that down. There we go. Hi guys. A lot of people don't come tune in until I actually show my face on camera, so I figured I'd show my face so that people knew I was live. But I'm checking on some things. Bad news there. Bad evening. That's not working. That's a cool website that I don't need any further. My TwitchCon thing broke out because of it messed up. My computer crashed, so I had to delete it. So closing off all the stuff, and we are good to go. Who's this one about? What is crowd control? Let's close it for now. I don't know, guys. She's playing Minecraft? I haven't seen her in forever. She got face cam on? Sorry. Well, that's not her. I'm thinking about CKC is what I'm thinking of. Oh, that's lovely. Devi's on. We'll look Devi or Cryo? Cryo or Devi? Or Bob Babe Ross? Oh no, we're gonna definitely lurk on Cryo. She's got some gorgeous stuff today. Gorge. So what are we doing here? We're going to the main screen. Look how quick that was, guys. That was executed with the swiftness. I mean, what other channel can you watch me flip? Well, you can't watch me flip anything else anyway on this channel. But in what other channel could you see somebody execute such a flawless shift of stuff? I say that as I'm now about to untangle all my cords. And we're going to do that real quick. Do you know how close this was to being an Overwatch stream tonight, guys? A ton close. It was redonkulous close. It was redonkulous close to being an Overwatch stream. But we're not going to do an Overwatch stream because even though I'd love to, I don't want to betray myself. I had 2 Photoshop files open. What was the other one? Wait, Photoshop now remembers the file you last had open? What sweetness is this? And what in Sam Hill is this crap? Boink. Okay, so I think this is the right screen, guys. It is, in fact, the right screen. We're almost there, guys, I promise. And photo reference design, badoink. Boink, there we go, photo reference design. What was I going to do tonight? I was going to do the mandala, but yours truly didn't sketch out the mandala thoroughly enough to actually do it. So, I might do some sparks, I might do the sleeves. I'm probably going to do his face, or at least start on his face. That's the thing. We're going to start with his face. I feel like we're cheating, folks, by not showing the start of the other face. So we're going to start with the face. So we're going to start with the face. And what are we doing today, guys? Well, we're going to vote on an emote. And we're going to vote on that when we get a little bit closer. I want you guys' feedback. When we get closer and closer to having more people here. That's going to be a thing. But for right now, maybe I do want to sleep. No, Joe. Face. Why the face? We want to do the face. Get started with the face. do the face. Okay, so when more people get here, we are going to do a vote on which emotes we like better. And we have brand new emotes, which will be revealed shortly. Of course, y'all can just spoiler alert yourself by just going and looking in the emotes and be like, oh my crap, there's actually new emotes. Am I live? Yeah, I am live. Sorry, I just want to make sure. Okay, so let's get started with Dr. Stranger's face. And we'll wait for more folks to start filtering in. Actually, I should put it on Facebook, but my friend Annie never remembers to come in unless I put it on Facebook because she's not a Discord person. I'll see what I can do, said one person when I asked if they could be here tonight for a very important emote reveal. Why do all cosplayers have to go to OnlyFans to start? I mean, I'm not. You can do whatever you want, but it's becoming a cliche now. You know, hey, look, I'm a cosplayer, so now I'm gonna wear lingerie on OnlyFans. You can do whatever you want. I mean, honestly, you can do whatever you want with your body, with your life. It's your body, it's your life. But why is it? It's almost becoming, like I said, a cliche, a joke. The same thing. It's like, why is that always the path the cosplayer has to take? Oh, cosplay isn't financially viable. Now I'll be a lingerie model on OnlyFans. I mean, again, you can do whatever you want, but why is it always the same outcome? It's sad. I think it's even sadder that, you know, there's going to be people that pay for that, you know. Not that it's bad, I'm just saying it's like, it's sure money. Whoops. You know, what's sure than a cosplayer going to OnlyFans? Guys in heat paying for accounts with them? That's a dead cert, you know. It's terrible to say, but it's the truth, man. So guess what I saw this weekend? I'll give you a hint. It starts with DR and ends with Strange. Yeah, I saw the new movie, guys. It is awesome. If you've not seen it yet, I will not spoil you. Trust me, this is a spoiler-free zone. Although I will add the movie, it was very, very good. It wasn't the best Marvel movie ever, but it certainly had its moments of, wow, that was cool. A lot of those moments. A couple moments I was like, they could have been done better. But, you know, all in all, I'm like, yeah, that movie's great. Kind of hoping Mew will show up. I got some things I want to talk to Mew about. Kind of hoping my sister makes it. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Just see what happens. I should probably tweet it. I never put it on all the social media. I get bored very quickly. I also think I get shadow banned a lot. Yeet, yeet. All aboard the train. There we go. Yeet, yeet. Sorry, I'm trying to get to take a quick pic. I promise I'll be quick. Oh, that's cute. That's sad. One of my cosplay acquaintances. That's beautiful. We can get a thing there. Anyway, guys, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked by social media. The app knows that I will get addicted to clicking on stuff, so instead of actually showing me content, it's going to show me random stuff so I can click on it. she's up to. Oh, I picked the other one. So, I can't see who it says. My apologies. Hold on. I've got to cancel this camera because I can't read your name because it's black on purple. New chatter. Sorry. I got to scoot it over. My OBS is on the wrong window. Well, hello there. And why are you getting sidetracked? Valor Queen. I know you, Valor Queen. How do I know you? What chat do I know you from? Cute cat. Oh, yeah. He reacts to my kitty cat over here. He or she, I don't know what yet. I know I've seen you before. The name Valor Queen sticks out. How are you, Valor Queen? I know. I see. I know I've seen you in some chat. I can't remember which one it was, so forgive me. I know your name. Your name stands out to me. I'm like, I know Valor Queen, but how do I know you from? What community do I know you from? If you don't mind me answering that, and if you don't mind answering that question. I was distracted because I was starting to look at social media stuff, and I'm like, no, let's not do that. I'm quickly reorganizing his lip. I'm seeing I didn't quite structure it correctly. So I'm going to fix that post haste. Is that right? No, it needs to go sloping a little bit more like that. There we go. Oh, that's right! Of course I knew that name. I was going to lurk you. Last night you were playing Destiny 2. And I was going to watch a little bit. But one, I don't know Destiny 2. As we've established previously. I am completely clueless with Destiny 2. And I was exhausted. Very, very exhausted. I had a bout of illness. Probably food poisoning or something. And I said, I'm going to bed. Played a little bit of Fortnite to get my mind off it and then do that. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, now I know. It finally clicks. I almost thought you were with another stream that I'd seen recently. But yeah, I remember you. I almost played Minecraft with you, except the fact I couldn't get the join the game feature figured out. Which is probably my end, because my Minecraft has always been wonky about that. Something about my account is just like it hates to have me join other people. I've just grown to accept that. But yeah, I know that. I know who you are now. How are you tonight? Yeah, you stream very late. Not that there's anything wrong with that. You got to do what you got to do. I have one friend that streams very, very late, and she's on the East Coast, like I am, and she streams what she calls DGen time. She comes in at 12 midnight, and sometimes she's on till 9 in the morning. So she streams in the PMs. And then there's another friend of mine that streams around the same times, except she's in Australia. So at least she's got a reason to be up at 1 in the morning. For her, it's 2 in the afternoon. But my other friend, she's here in the southeast, so she's got no excuse except that she just likes to be up late. Just doing some bulk fills real quick. Being a little rough about it, I don't care. Like, it'll give the skin some texture. I should have done the shadows first instead of this. But actually, I can take this is E quad 4. E quad 0. And now I can take the E 000. And I can actually use this to start getting some of the shadow lines in, so I can start having a definition of where shadows are. And that'll help. Now it's gonna be a lot darker than this, but skin will show through the eyebrows anyway, so that will make sense. So we're going to do this and ride this along like this. And yep, about like that. And then a divot there and a pump out there. Like that. And it's going to be kind of a coarse shadowy thing going on there. So yeah, that was good. Sorry, now and then. I would prefer to stream during the day, but not much, but so much going on during the day. Yeah, exactly. You gotta stream when you can stream, when it's comfortable for you, and when you have availability. For me, it's in the evenings. And honestly, would I like to stream during the day? Oh yeah, but I got a day job and that wouldn't allow for it. So, I mean, I could probably try to fit in streaming while I'm doing my day job. If my job found out about it, I probably would no longer have a job. So there's that too. I mean, I don't know how comfortable I would be if my employee was streaming while he was supposed to be working. Even if it didn't interfere with his job, I'd still be like, yeah, but that's still a breach of, yeah, no, you're fired. And this is coming from a guy who actually streams. So, yeah, I would actually think that, you know, if I caught my employee streaming. So, I can't stream while I'm working. So, I watch streams, though, because obviously that has no impact on anything. Every now and then, I watch a little ad. Every dime. I don't remember the lyrics. Every now and then, I actually have an hour or so during the afternoon. I want to keep the day job for sure. Yeah, same. As much as it wanted to make me want to cry this week I was about ready to quit. Literally about ready to quit. I mean, I was just... It wasn't even my job. It was the things I have to do on in my job that was not popular with me, and I was just like, I'm done. I don't want to do this. I didn't count on this being an issue, and it sucks. And so, yeah, I almost quit. The only reason I didn't quit, I have nothing else. And if I quit, I literally will have no job, and I can't do that. I can't live without a job. Yeah, I make good money when I make it, but that's the problem. That people have to work with to actually get the money. It's like a commission type thing. I get a flat rate, which is livable wage. If I can do better than my job, I make all these great bonuses. If people play ball and actually tell me, hey, by the way, Jason, here's your commissions. And if they don't tell me, I don't make anything else. I'm stuck with what I get, which is my basic salary. Which is good. But the thing is, if you don't make any sales and you're in a sales position, you're not going to keep that position for long, bonus or no bonus. Haven't attempted that yet, but I had streamed a nature walk twice. That's good. Yeah, there was a streamer I watched that she was out of town, and what she did was she streamed her nature walks, which was kind of lovely. She wasn't like for her, she was like overseas, so it wasn't native to her area. Like her stream when she was walking was like she was in Germany or Korea or something. So to a Korean person, it might be like, okay, I'm here all the time. But to an American, and maybe her American audience, it was something cool and unique. Nothing wrong with that at all. It's just a just chatting stream. One of the other people I've watched, she was out of town, and I think she was in Texas walking her dog, and she's normally from Washington State. I'm gonna up the shadow color before I lose everything. I could stream during the day if I could stream cooking. Well, they're all cooking streams actually. Funny enough, is this paper buckling on me? Yeah, it's buckling. I gotta stop. Funny enough, there actually is a streamer. Her name is Nurse Huckleberry, and it's a variety show that just happens to also include some cooking. It's ostensibly a cooking show, or more appropriately, it's a cooking show that's blended with improv comedy. It just, like I said, it's framed around the fact it's a cooking show, but there are actual legitimate cooking streams. This is too wet. I need to turn on the dehumidifier. I'll be right back. I can tell in the air the air is too moist. Where's my crew? I just said that M word, and it would be somebody who have to take a shot. I'll be right back. I was a little, in fact, worried about the fact I haven't run the dehumidifier all week. I'm very concerned about that because that makes the air very damp, which is bad for the strawing. it affects how the ink and the paper work, and it's not a good situation to be in. I used to teach cooking labs in school. Interesting. Cooking labs sounds very, very interesting. So there was a gray. I need to get some gray in there. Here we go. There's gray poking through the hair right there where it folds over. Keep that handy just in case. I've taught the kiddos here at home. Yeah, I was homeschooled, and my mom taught me a lot about my cooking. That's how I got to be a decent cook. Not great, but decent. I have made a cheesecake from scratch, which my wife is still envious of because she never tried. This is before I actually knew her, though, so I didn't know her at the time I made the cheesecake. I've finally done a chocolate ganache, which was kind of nice. I need an eyedropper tool. Eye switch. Just to sample some of these colors. Nope, all layers. Tool options, all layers. Probably just go to this layer and call it a day. Which is what I think I will do. Excuse me. Wow, yawning time, huh? That's darker than you would think. That is very dark. You wouldn't think it's that dark. There's some... I'm mostly curious about this color up here. Those sandy browns, really. Okay. So I don't think it's quite this color. Yeah, it is this color, kind of. So what I'm going to do really quickly is I always say this word, bulk fill. I was homeschooling teen years and also homeschooled mine. Oh, nice! Well, I didn't even know we had that in common. We do have that in common. Surprise to me for just randomly bringing that up. I guess I should have thought about that, because when you said you're teaching kids how to cook, not that there's anything wrong with that at all, but I don't know how many folks do that, and I guess it stuck in my brain because I know I did it when I was in my homeschool. It's part of home ec for us, you know? That's how I know how to sew, too. A lot of my cosplay friends, I think, are like, wow, you can sew, because a lot of them might not be able to sew. So their seamstressing, their tailoring abilities, I should say, because seamstress is kind of a gender specific, isn't it? Their tailoring skills are something that they've had to learn, and I'm like, I kind of already know some tailoring skills. How? Well, it was homeschooled, and that was part of home ec, you know? So... there's that even. I got skills. Oh god, here we go. Computer hacker skills. What is it? Hacking skills. No. What does he say? Nunchuck skills. Computer hacker skills. Girls only want guys with great skills. I don't know if we talked about that last time. They always had full access to the kitchen to help me how I learned. Nice, yeah, nice. I was homeschooled my teen. Oh, I already read that part. Sorry. But yeah, so I learned was, you know, you learn. My mom was a good cook too, so that's some of it. So if you learn from somebody that knows what they're doing, like you probably undoubtedly did, and you pass that along, that's even more helpful. This cord is creaking as it scrapes against everything. It's driving me crazy. They all have different things they're good at and pretty much whatever they want to eat. Nice. Yeah, and it's true though. Like that was the one thing I will say about my homeschooling was that my dad, especially, was never the kind of person. He wasn't like, here's a football, learn to play. He was always, what are you interested in? Foster that. Learn that, you know? Oh, you like art? Hey, let's get you good art supplies. Oh, you're into music? What music you like? We'll go take you to the store. You can buy some sheet music. You know, so it was always, that was the one thing I'll say. As much as my dad sometimes drove me crazy, he always let me, he always fostered whatever I was interested in. He never put me into a place of, you must learn this because you are this. You must learn this. And I truly had a good time with my dad, honestly. I have some nieces that are good at art too. That are good at art. Nice. I would say a lot of it, and a lot of folks say, "Oh, you've got a God-given talent." No knock. I was given a ability to not quit. I wasn't born like this. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, nobody with art is born with it. They're born with an innate desire to never quit trying. And that's where the art, that's where I said that's where talent comes from. It's not that they're talented. It's more like skilled, I think. And what you do is the people that have the skill, they might be naturally gifted to the point where they do have skill, but the thing is they've been blessed with the ability to not quit and get better and get better and get better and get better and not quit. And that is where skill comes from. Talent comes from. Because I don't know why I have an unburning desire, never-ending burning desire to get better with art. I can't place that. That's the God-given part. The actual, talent part of it, I've worked very hard with over the years. But again, that's the part you can develop, is that. And so I think anybody could be good with art, but the problem is that it's very hard to be. And that's where it becomes the part you have to be born with. Because you can force yourself, but it's so hard. It's like learning another language, You can get better, even if you're not that good, but are you going to see it through? Are you going to be able to get through the frustrating parts that aren't fun? I call it the ugly parts. It's very hard to. Mine is going to graphic arts. One is, oh, nice. I thought it's a graphite because I'm too far away from my screen. One has to practice and hone their passions. Exactly. Yeah. And again, I don't think it's really a question of you're born with it. I don't think anybody's born with the ability to draw. You have to learn. It's like, okay, the way I relate it is this. We all can, those of us that write are all drawing. We're drawing recognizable characters. We're drawing the letter A, the letter B, the letter C. It's just, we're not drawing something other than letter forms, but we still are drawing. We're drawing letters because obviously they must be successful, because if you show anybody what you've drawn, aka the letters, they're going to say, oh yeah, that's the letter A, that's the letter Z, that's the letter E. They're going to know what the letters are. So there is, anybody that can write can draw, because you're drawing characters, you're drawing letter forms. But going beyond that to have more control to draw other things can be tricky. But I think, again, if people get over the lie that they couldn't do it, and they get over the immense learning curve of trying, then I think anybody could draw better than they actually could believe they could. And I've seen, when I went to art school, I went in knowing a lot. Don't get me wrong, I knew a ton. And a lot of people in my class were like, oh my gosh, he really knows how to draw, he's so amazing. There were people that got out of that class that were drawing, that came in with less skill than I, and left with more skill than I. It's crazy. One of my sons surprised everyone when the actual was really good art when he took a homeschooled co-op class. Yeah, sometimes though, man, because he might be doodling in a sketchbook or a notebook, and it's like a sleeper skill. They've always been doodling around with it, and they're like, nah, I won't be any good, or any number of reasons. And then when they actually do try it, it's like, whoa, where did that come from? They just always fiddled around with it, and finally now is their time to shine, So there's that. I know all this copyright-free music, man. I know it too well. There we go. It's a good start of Dr. Strange's hair. Nice work, man. Who is that? Couple Gamers, hi! How are you? Another gaming streamer. It was not his passion, though, and he never pursued it. Yeah, you gotta have that drive. If you don't have the drive, don't waste your time. And if you don't have the drive, set it aside for a while. And if the drive never comes back, it's not for you, probably. There's been plenty of times like, I've given up on art probably in the last 6 years 4 times. probably, I'm exaggerating because I don't remember, but it's probably been once a year every time I hit a depressed period. And I can't quit. I can't. I've got to go back to it. That's the drive. I can't explain it. Nice work. Hope you're doing well. I am doing well. How about you guys? I probably should shout both of y'all out. I'm over here being greedy as heck. But Valor Queen has been doing gaming streams at DGen times. And a couple gamers, I keep missing your streams. They do Overwatch, which sucks me in, and then they do other things like Pokemon and other community games and other games in general. Definitely check them both out. Humans should do things for enjoyment. Yep, exactly. And if you don't enjoy it, put it aside. And if you never enjoy it again, don't go back to it. And when you get joy back to it, go back to it. It's all good, bud. Yeah, no worries. Hey, sis, what's up? I was hoping you'd come in for a second, or at least, because I have, guys. I went weird and I made new emotes. And this is one of them. I couldn't help it. I don't know why it occurred to me afterwards. I should probably do that. I was like, am I allowed to do that as an emote? And then I looked at, there's like 16 other channels that have like characters. I mean, one person's got all Kirby, one person's got all SpongeBob, one person's got all Harley Quinn. And I'm like, I can definitely do Wacko. So I looked up, I found an image online and I just went and cleaned it up and made it ready for an emote. Because I mean, it's so good. I should probably say it's Fabu. But I was like, I've got to do it. I don't know why I haven't done it. Oh, it's locked. Is it locked for you? Why is it locked? It's not tier 2, is it? Surely it's a tier 1. Tier 1 imports. Okay, I gotta not dox myself. Let me make sure it's in the tier 1. It shouldn't be in tier 1. I mean, it should be in tier 1. So before I dox myself. Oh, I'm still doxing myself. There we go. I just got through saying how creepy this one image of gloves I have for reference photos are, because it looks like something else, and I left them open, and I'm like, God, I hope the tiny little thumbnail didn't look like something different, because it's totally a pair of blue gloves. That looks exactly like the gloves I want to use for my comic book character. But I was like, oh, I hope, I'm like, I don't want to pull those up on stream because people will think it's something else. Yeah, I did close that before I went to stream, and then I popped it up by accident. That wasn't good. That's so weird. Is it not? Can you guys not get to it? Is my question. Nope, locked. We did pay for a few of them, got support other creators too. That's all we did for hours. We just cleaned up images from Google. Yeah. Apparently I need a yeah, you do need a subscription. But there's also an option if you go to your channel points, there's a way to unlock random emotes. Well, not unlock random ones. You can go to your channel points and it should say choose an emote to unlock for 480 channel points, which I know you've got, and you can unlock it for 24 hours, and that will give you access to it. I forgot it's locked because you're not subscribed. I forgot. Those aren't follower emotes. But you can still use your 480 points to unlock it. And it says my internet blipped out for 2 minutes. Oof, and got chat cleared. Oh no. Well, that's why I try to put it in the left corner. Oh, sorry, the left corner. The right side, it should right there. You should. I don't know if you can read it that small, but that's why I put it there. Love the incredible booty. Thank you very much. It was actually, I designed a booty. Okay, long story short, before I resumed Doctor Strange, I designed I was commissioned to do a booty emote for another channel, and to help me see, I made the leg lines basically like what you'd see a leotard ending, or like briefs or something. Just so I could help understand the form of the butt, So I put the curvature there so I'd see where the thighs and the legs and the butt were. And then I realized, wait a second, and I added a couple connecting lines, and I realized, oh, this is like like tights with briefs over it. And then I was like, well, this is incredible. So it was completely designed to help me understand the shape, the form, to shade it. And then I was like, I need to have this. Can I have this for my channel? Because I asked her, the streamer I designed it for, if she wanted it. She says, no, I have no use for it. And I said, okay, well, you get your booty emote, but can I keep this one as my own? She goes, of course, you made it. And thus Incredibooty was born. So that was a thing. And this one is K-pop. Oh yeah, so there's like a K-pop celebration ones, which is crazy. Also, too, guys, I also have. This is why I said we need to vote which ones go. I have 2 animated emotes. I'm not keeping them both. This one is the one I animated by hand. Okay, this one I animated by hand. It's a hype emote, right? Or at least a variation of my hype emote. But then I also realized Twitch has pre-made animations. So I tried my existing emote on that. Now, if you look, the animation, the heads are slightly different size, and the animation jitters are different. He's graduating occupational therapy, is what I'm thinking that means. So my question is, which one do you guys like better? The top or the bottom one? Because the bottom one has a much more regular jitter to it. But I'm also like, but isn't the irregular jitter a little bit better? Like, which one do you like better, guys? The smaller one or the bigger one? See, watch what happens when I'm doing alternating lines. You'll see how much the jitter is different. It looks like it looks weird when you do them like that. But my combo I like doing is this. So my question, I'm not keeping them both because that's pointless to keep them both. That'd be a waste of space. Over 6 years of therapy. Wow. Some kind he will, some kind? The jitter looks good on the top one, but is smaller. Yeah, I can always make it bigger though. Like, I can always enlarge each of the animation frames. Right. So I'm like, too much coffee. Exactly. So, but the thing is, the pre-made Twitch one, to me, looks very, 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 very regular. Right. And I feel like the one I made was much better. Which, of course, I doubted my own abilities to make the animation better than they did. 6 years of therapy of one kind or another. Got you. So I'm like, did I make a better emote than Twitch's preset animated one? And I may have done. So that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut one of them and then keep the other one. So what you're saying is we should keep this one. Because I can always, again, I can always make the head larger. This is the one we want to keep, right? Give this man a check? We're talking about give this man a check. What you talking about? See, that's what I like doing it for. It's like that. Looks like one. You know? So what's what we'll do? We will keep this one and dump the other one. Oh, Twitch. Got you. Should give you a check and let you animate. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a preset thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a preset animation. So for a preset, it's not bad. But at the same time, I'm like, well, you know. Now that the paper's dried, and I've gotten that little piece out. So I keep my homegrown animated emote. And just make the head larger. And then we'll go from there. Sounds good. I was excited because I made it and I was like, wait, they have presets. I should try those. And I was like, I don't know if I like the preset better. And again, the emotes aren't for me. The emotes are fun stuff for stream to play with. Did you, also, Valor, are you able to get caught up? And if you missed something, let me know. Because I can always scroll up and read the chat. I only lose chat if I lose internet. So if you need me to repeat something, I'll be glad to go back over anything and we'll go from there. I'm kind of getting lost in all these little threads here. I'm like, ah, oh no. That's why I kind of took a break too, because I was like, the lights and darks are kind of crazy on this. So, all right. So I'm gonna switch to this one here, the E71, because there's a little bit of a pink undertone to it, and the pink undertone probably needs to be a part of this. Yeah, it does. Because you don't want, when you're making hairs, I found it's good to have a variety of colors dancing around the main idea of the color you want to use. So in this case, because the main color here is the brown, but there is a red tint to parts of it, if I leave the red tints in there, it looks better. Because then when I go back with other brown, it'll look good. Has anybody or everybody seen the Multiverse of Madness yet? If not, again, no spoilers. I'm just curious who's seen it and who hasn't. I finally got to see it this weekend. Because a lot of people was asking me last stream, hey, had you seen it? Had you seen the movie yet? Have you seen Doctor Strange yet? I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm kind of being that guy that's drawing it, not seen it yet. But yeah, I haven't seen it yet. And I finally got the chance to see it this weekend, which Arlene and I were both stoked to go see it, and it was good. A lot of fun to go see it. A lot of fun. There's that streak there. And see, there's not much going on here, so I'm not going to worry about too much about that. There is some definite... Okay, so there's that. And then this goes like this. Taking care of my granddaughter right now, and I haven't seen it yet. Should you... I'm good. Oh, you're good. Okay, good. I know how frustrating that is, because I'll be in a stream watching it, and then out of nowhere, I'll just, like, all of a sudden, I'll either lose internet connection, or it'll say, this stream, the stream codec has crashed, and that little red thing you get in, what's the name of that? Chrome you've been getting lately. This web browser has crashed. Please reset the thing. And then you lose all the chat you had, and you're like, well, crap, I don't remember what happened last. It's very frustrating because you're trying to follow what's going on in a huge conversation, and then you're taking it back to square one with it, and you're like, well, that's just fantastic. I have no idea what we were talking about now. And you lose out on everything. That's always frustrating. What Arlene and I have been doing, sorry, sidetrack hugely, but I'm listening, and downstairs she's watching Ozark, but she fell asleep, so we're going to have to go back and rewatch all those episodes again. That's okay. I'm not watching it now anyway because I'm on stream. So we're going to have to rewatch anyway. All right, so there's definitely a tint of red in this, so... It's definitely worth it. There is a few things I would prefer that you see before you watch the movie, though. There's a few like series and things that if you're not familiar with, you probably should be familiar with to go see it. Like there was one I wasn't prepared to have watched, and I was like, oh. And I watched it afterwards. I was like, "Oh, that would have been nice to know that." But again, I don't want to spoil anything. That's why I don't want to say, "Hey, you should watch X, Y, and Z." But you should definitely probably see X, Y, and Z before you watch the movie. You don't lose anything, but you get a much richer experience. I feel if you have watched X, Y, and Z going into it. Okay, E quad 4 out. So I can start filling in. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. We're going good. Trying to concentrate and get all this filled in. It's a good starting point. Doctor Strange is one of my favorites. Oh, yeah, and you'll like it. It's definitely... I always said that Doctor Strange was better in Ragnarok than he was in his original movie. And that's because his origin story, it needed to be told, but I already knew his origin story. So I was like, get to the good stuff. And it took a minute, because they had to get to everybody else that had never known who Doctor Strange was up to speed on who Doctor Strange was. But fans of Doctor Strange, who liked his character already, were left going, come on, hurry up, let's get to the good stuff. But when I watched it a second time, I found it a lot more, the original Doctor Strange, I found it a lot better of a movie. I did, because I feel like I knew who he was. So for me, I was, like I said, bored waiting to get to the good stuff. My wife, when she saw it, she's like, why? This movie is so good. And I'm like, it's so slow. Then I realized I'm coming at this knowing who Doctor Strange is, and she has no idea. So when she sees a world-famous neurosurgeon and sees what happens, she has no idea the journey we're about to go on, and I've already been down that road with a dozen comics before, you know? So for me, I'm like, oh, I'm bored out of my mind because I'm an old fan waiting for them to get to the good stuff. She's a brand new fan learning who this character is for the first time. And that's when I realized, of course, that, you know, I'm trying to rush it because I want to get to the good stuff. I'm going to have to rotate the photo image real quick because I'm not separating, my brain isn't separating out the shapes properly. And you can't see it anyway. Hold on. There we go. So photo reference is right down there. Boop, 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 boop. That's the photo reference I'm using. That's my Photoshop window. Obviously, I'm not looking at that. My Photoshop window is over there, like right there. That's my monitor. So, actually, I wonder if I could tip this up. Will I be able to see it better that way? Hang on, guys. I'm going to try something really sneaky and stupid. Let's see if it works. I don't know that it will. I can't really see my screen when you guys are typing, but if I do this, I might be able to see it better. Let's see. Let's take my work computer out of the way. Yeah, that's better. Be gone, work computer. There we go. Much better. Much better. Got to bounce. Nerdy Giveaway's about to start streaming some Final Fantasy. Nice. Enjoy. I will try to swing by if I get off my streams and don't concentrate too much. Yeah, it's a lot better doing it this way, because now I can actually see what you're doing. Talk to you later. Have a good stream. You too. Love seeing you guys, and I hope you guys are doing well. Sorry I haven't been to many streams, but I've been poking in when I can. There you go. Now I can actually see what I'm doing. Yay, thanks guys for also giving me the advice on the emotes. I will upload the final version of the animated one soon. I've been very negligent on my emotes. Mostly because I don't know what to do with them, meaning I don't know what I want to make out of them. But then again, I don't know how many channels I've been to that the emotes that they got aren't the final form. You know, I'm always like, oh, I don't have any ideas. You know how many streams change their emotes midstream? Not midstream, but, you know, in the middle of things. Like, they never had the same emotes for like 6-7 years. You know, they might have an emote for like 6 months ago. You know what? That one's not very popular. It's not getting used very much. And then they go back and they edit and they remove the ones that no one's using and put in ones that people will actually use. You know? And that's what I want to do. That's what I'm striving to do myself, is to get at more design emotes that are more usable. That people will if people do subscribe, they'll take to other places. Because again, they're not my things to have. They're your rewards. And I want to make things that are rewarding for people to have, and not. That's why my logo is my follower emote. Oh, a couple gamers, thanks for the subscription. See, this is exactly why. This right here is exactly why I need to be careful about my emotes. Because this isn't for me. That would be very self-serving. I want you guys to have quality stuff, man. You know, it's not all about me. I mean, yeah, I'm in some of the emotes for sure. But again, I don't want them to be self-serving. I want them to be all about me. I want them to be, it's a good stuff you'd use elsewhere. I think the Bob Ross Pog one is the one that gets the most attention besides Incredibility. I use that one probably the most. Texted you. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. No, you didn't. It hasn't come through yet. Dear Jason, XYZ, your sister. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, sorry. It hadn't come through yet. I just got a non sequitur, and I was like, what is this about? Non sequitur does not compute. Haha, nice. It hadn't come through yet. That's why it took a minute. And now it's being stupid again. I promise I'm not going to be on my phone all night long. I promise. Yeah, we just did that crap. There we go. All right, so... So that's that part. So that is that part there. So yeah, we're doing okay here, guys. We're doing okay. It's not perfect, but it's getting there. It's getting decent. It's not gonna be perfect, but it's gonna be decent. There we go. I'm gonna upgrade from 4 to probably 6. I'm skipping a lot of values because I find that hair works better when you don't do 15 different color ranges. It's better if you do wide jumps so that the strands stick out better. And I'm no hair expert, trust me. This has been being on the struggle bus for so long with hair. So for me, it's like, if I'm people say, oh, your hair is so wonderful. I don't know how. I don't know what I do. I just do what seems to be the best shortcut, and it works. And people tell me I make beautiful hair and artwork. So I accept it and roll with it and go on and tell them, no, I don't make beautiful hair, but thank you for the compliment. So I'm very self-deprecating when it comes to my ability to draw hair. And also, too, sorry, I had to concentrate for a moment here. But I've also found, like I said, if I skip values around, it makes it better. That's once. I have to call how many times I do an action in the computer, and it doesn't actually impact anything. I'll start calling it out passive-aggressively. Like, I clicked on it once, twice, 3 times, still waiting on it. I get so passive-aggressive with technology. And I just like to pop in some colors like this, just so that there's variations in the hair colors. You know, you don't want them all to look the same at all. And that's what I found works the best, is to actually go through with the brush tool, make very thin lines. There we go. Now I need to switch up to... These are basically the colors I'm going to use, guys, right here. Which is like E23, E71, which is the earth tones, W4, W6, and I'm probably about to push to a higher W in a minute. But I have 1, 4, 6, and probably about a 9 to get the darkest darks. And then, so everything from a warm kind of color to a very coolish color. We're going to trade up to the 9. And let's see. So there's that right there. Oh, so that is that bunch there. I couldn't tell. Oh my gosh. Sometimes it's just hard to see what's going on. Let's go to the E71. And there's like a cluster here, which we can then do this. And then this. Feeding the baby food while we watch. Aw, that's sweet. That's really sweet. I've had people before come back and tell me, oh my gosh, I'm sorry I fell asleep during your stream. And I'm like, no, I find that sweet. You found me comforting enough to fall asleep too? Honored. You know? Plus, I feel like this is a very zen sort of experience when you watch somebody making art. Unless it's like really, really slow. Which, well, that can be zen-like too. What I want to do real quick is grab the W1, which I think I have left handy for this purpose. Which apparently I did, but it fell through, didn't I? Oh, no, I holstered it because I was afraid it would fall again. And I'm just going to take C1 and fill that area in. Well, yeah, C1. So that I can fill in the gaps around the hairs. Because now that I have a clear kind of goal in mind, I can do that, and it'll fill in the gaps in the holes. Wait, didn't it just play this one? No, it's very close to it. It's very close to it. Have a great night. Thank you. Thank you, couple gamers. I just now saw that message. Wow, Jay. I'm going to look at real quick at this color that's in the cheek. I think it's a brown color, isn't it? Yeah, it's a darker brown. It's very chestnutty brown. But we need to get up to like a W, like a warmer color here before we get started on that. So we're going to bump it up to here. We want, what was it? R24? No, it was that 14, wasn't it? I can't find it now. R11 might be a good one to go in through here. Let's see. Yeah, that'd be a good one to go through here. Because I want a little bit of an orange tint in there. Because you can see there's a definite orange tint in there from like his magical disc of throwing the lights. So we're going to fill that in real quick. And there's a dark line there, but we're going to film that anyway, so it's not going to matter. Let's quick turn on the reference so I know that. Okay, yeah, well, a lot different than I suspected. And all right, so I'm going to proceed up to here. It's like a core shadow, but because of the light, the way the light's bouncing off of it, it's doing a weird thing. There we go. It's a very hot, fiery color bouncing off of that. Lurk, thanks for the lurk, Pirate Mama. In the mainstream, I moderate. There's a raffle for a carry, and the gamers sometimes fall asleep while waiting and miss it. What's a carry? Not familiar with that. Keeping all my flesh colors handy, but I probably want to go back to work on the hair again because it's going to be a minute. It's going to be a minute to get this. Oh, this is W8. I thought it was W9. Well, I'm glad it's 8 because 8's going to be the better color, I think, in the end of the day. So there's a streak there. And I'll just do a couple streaks there, like that. I'm also going to switch back to the 6 and fill in some of the details on that just to kind of make the streaks not as dark as other streaks. Like that. And then this. Well, that's going to be something from Ozark that's really loud and problematic. Well, that ain't good. I don't know what's going on in Ozark, but that can't be good. In Destiny, there's a trials, and it's very challenging, so you need a team to help you. Yeah, I know what you mean. I've heard that. Because there was another stream, and the streamer was like, man, you should join us in Destiny. I'm like, I'm not a big fan of Destiny, and you know why. It's because my Xbox loads it slowly, and I feel like I'm spending time loading screens. Like, oh, I'm sure it's your Xbox, they said. I'm sure they're probably right. And also, it's a huge, I mean, Destiny's a huge resource drain on your hard drive too. Like, as far as like having space on your hard drive. And I know hard drive space is cheap. I know. I'm also cheaper. So I haven't bought a good, decent hard drive recently. I have one. I'm just not sure it's Xbox compatible. And I might plug it up so I can get access to my Xbox games, because I might want to play like games that I play on my PC on my Xbox eventually, like Fortnite. Sorry. But the problem is, like, for me anyway, is that, like, you know, if it works, that's great, and I can put Destiny on that once I get Game Pass back. But right now I don't have Game Pass either. I don't have my Xbox Live. I always buy it in the subscription based, and I don't have it right now at this very second. Yeah, that hair's turned out nicely. Yeah. And the cheek is just about the right value. I just need to get that edge along there really dark. Because in the center part with the lights bouncing off of this, it's going to be, yeah, that's fire. That's going to be fire. No pun intended, but, you know. There we go. But yeah, exactly. So Destiny, what I was saying was, I even went on my Facebook and I said, man, what is it about Destiny 2 players? No offense, Valley Queen, I promise, no offense. So what is it about Destiny 2 players? This is other streamer doing this. This other streamer, he's Zilla. And I was like, what is it with Destiny 2 players? They feel like they gotta evangelize you. And one of my friends, who's I guess a big Destiny player, he says, it's because Destiny's a great game and he needs a 6-1 to raid with. And I was like, it is about the teamwork, isn't it? It's about the teamwork and the camaraderie. It comes from the struggle of fighting. And they're right, you know? it's like, it's because they need this is a great game and they need a 6th. So, again, I would say the main reasons I don't play Destiny right now is because I don't have a machine that handles it. But I used to be like, man, Destiny sucks. And now I'm like, you know what? I said the same thing about Fortnite, and I got sucked in head over, you know, full hardcore into Fortnite. There's not hundreds of thousands of people worldwide play Destiny, and at the end of the day, they can't all be wrong. They got to be onto something. And the thing is also too, it's made by Bungie. Bungie made Halo when Halo was awesome. They had to do something right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was excited that that Bungie was making other games, because I thought it was kind of a raw deal that Microsoft bought Bungie and they basically bought out Bungie, intellectual property rights in Halo, and then set them free. That's another thing too. There's a lot to do. And my friend's biggest complaint in Overwatch is it's the same thing over and over again. I'm like, well, that's true with any game, right? Call of Duty is all about battles and, you know, what have you. And any game you play is going to be the same thing over and over again, right? I mean, unless I missed out on how games work. I'm pretty sure that, you know, if you play a game, it's going to be the same thing over and over again. You know, it's like that's the point of playing the game, right? But Destiny, I do know, has a lot of variety of game modes, goals, objectives, and whole kinds of other things that make it a very appealing game to play. If you get bored of one thing, switch to another thing and you're just as fine. And I can see that appeal. It would be very appealing to me. It would. The concept of it's appealing to me, and I can't even play it right now. So until I get a hard drive that can hold it and a machine that can process it. But even so, that's not what's scaring me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even that I'm scared of it, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's actually part of its appeal for me, is the idea that there is so much to do, you know? Let me see how this looks right side up. Yeah, those shadows of the hair look really nice. Making it pop a little bit. Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be really good. Not being boastful, I'm just, you know, when it works, it feels nice. And when it doesn't work, that's when you scrap it and go for something else. But this is starting to work nicely. So I need to go to 6. And some of this, I think, 2. Man, I got sucked in. I'll tell you what, like, everybody's like, oh, Ozark's a great show, man. Ozark's a great show. I'm like, nah, I'm sure it's... I started watching, oh gosh, that show's good. Is it the best show I've ever watched in my entire life? No. That would be Lost. Is it a well-written show that holds my attention? Yes. Is it for everybody? No, I wouldn't recommend it for everybody. It's definitely got a lot of dark moments to it. But is most moments of it really well written? Oh yeah. But again, I can't be, how do I put this? Sometimes, and I don't mean anybody in this room, sometimes people can be very annoying with, you gotta try this, man. It's not for me. No, but you don't know how good it is. I'm okay right now. And it's like they have to, you know, like I said, evangelize you or something into their point of view. And there's nothing wrong with liking something and being very passionate about it. Believe me, I am here for that. But if you have to feel like you have to force your friends to do something, I understand they might be doing it for your own good because it's like, it's awesome, you don't want to miss out. But sometimes it gets kind of aggressive and almost like bullying. And it's like, guys, can we be a little bit nicer and kinder to folks if they don't try the thing you're into? It's kind of like the don't yuck my yum. If I don't yum it, don't hate me for yucking it right now. And I kind of like that you yum it, but if it's not for me, I'm not going to be all about it. I know people play Destiny and Halo because they're both, to be fair, my experience with Destiny has been terrible because of aspects beyond the gameplay. But I think if I got into the gameplay, I'd probably enjoy it a lot. Watching you play, and actually another friend of mine who's also, I know a lot of local Destiny players. Apparently it's a big deal locally. One of my other friends, Omoratsu, she also streams. And she plays Destiny, and watching the graphics of it's just a gorgeous game. And in most games where it looks like you're going to die, like the graphics say you're going to die, she survives. And I'm like, are you a tanky character or is it just that flashy of a game? And I mean that in a good way. Like, I like flashy games. If they're bright and colorful, sign me up. Why? I'm an artist, for goodness sake. I love bright and colorful stuff. It doesn't throw me. When I first started playing Overwatch, that was a huge chunk of its appeal for me. I literally felt like it was bright and colorful and I owed my Xbox quarters. I'm like, where do I put the quarters in? Because this game is so bright and colorful. Like, I literally thought that about Overwatch. So, again, bright and colorful, I'm all about that. Sign me up for bright and colorful. So, I love that aspect about it. I just wish I could get past all of the load screens that I've experienced, which is, again, on my Xbox problem, to actually get to the game that people so clearly are correct in loving. You know, I know they're correct in loving it. I know my friends aren't fools. You know, I gotta find a way to get past that so that I can actually enjoy the game that everybody's telling me they love so much that I just haven't witnessed yet. I know it's there. It's a new season of Destiny and beautiful of the red and white contrast. Yeah, it's like, again, I'm not even that big of a what do you call it? Fortniter. I'm not. But I passionately love that stupid game now. Would I spend tons of money on cosmetics? No. Have I spent some money on cosmetics since I first started playing? I'll plead the fifth. But I mean, I like a lot of aspects of Fortnite. They credit their artists that make their load screens. That was one of the big ones. I've never seen artists that work for hire that have gotten credited in a game, and it literally says, this artwork designed by so-and-so. I really enjoy all the time I play Fortnite with my friends. It is. The thing is, we're obviously inspired by a apartment building in Bulgaria. Ooh. May I have sauce, please? I would like to see this. If possible. We're getting some mad hairs done on this tonight, guys. By turning it upside down, though, it helps me separate what I think I'm seeing from what I'm actually seeing, and it helps. And you definitely want to do that in some cases. Rotate the drawing upside down so that you can, like I said, I always say divorce. Separate yourself from what you think you're seeing and what's actually on the page. Or in this case, the reference photo. But now I want to see this Bulgarian thing that you're saying, the Bulgarian House of Parliament you're saying it's based on, because I'm like, I want to see this now. If you've got linkies. I even enjoyed Warzone. Yeah, the thing is, like this, like, Fortnite, really, for me, and this is, okay, one of my friends, streaming friends, her name is Bob Rossbabe, and she does art like I do, and she also does a very hardcore streaming of video games. A lot. Like, she'll do Fortnite, Apex, sometimes Valorant, Pokemon, and she also community nights with Mario games. Only fun with friends, though. Don't enjoy much playing by myself. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of solo Fortnite, and I played 2 rounds last night, and oh my gosh, it was one of the most fun things I've had in a video game in a long time. I just solo played Fortnite, and I got to top 10 both games. And I'm like, wow, I mean, I'm not a great Fortnite player. I'm a casual, I take my casual play seriously, though. The saddest thing I will say that happened last night, it was a big oof moment, man. I was watching this one guy, I was spectating after I lost. I was like 3rd or 5th or something, and I was spectating, and it was down to 2 guys, and one guy had a jetpack. I'm like, he's got mobility, he probably will win. He jetpacked up into the air, and I watched as he slowly drifted down, and then hit the ground and died, making him 2nd place. Can you imagine suiciding into 2nd place? Oh my god, I felt so embarrassed for that. It was so bad. I was like, he literally fell to his death to play 2nd. Like, it's not like he was shot at, he was panicked. He just misjudged, fell, and died. I would be so embarrassed in that moment. I would shut off my console or my Xbox or whatever I'm playing on. I would be so embarrassed in that moment that I literally fell to my death to play 2nd. I'd be like, nope, uninstalling. I mean, that is terrible, man. That is so... Like, I laughed so hard. I was like, I wish I'd videotape that. I couldn't, that screen cap it, but I couldn't, cap it for Xbox, because Xbox console lets you, like, rewind it, kind of. You can, like, film whatever just happened over the last 30 seconds, but the game recording screen on PC doesn't let you do that. If you weren't recording when it happened, you missed it. But I was like, oh my gosh, that's so... I mean, it's in my replays now that I think about it. It's in your replays, because Fortnite does have a replay system that it saves to. But I was like, what a horrible way to die. Here, psst, 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 crunch. It says he fell from a high... Oh, he couldn't stick the landing, is I think what it said when he died. I was like, oh no. Can you imagine coming in 1st place because the other guy killed himself? That is so terrible. I mean, that's so blotchy. It'll look better in a minute when it all dries, probably. If not, we'll work it. We'll fix it. Okay. One of the things I'm also going to do is also zoom out some, because sometimes you get so zoomed into a reference photo that you don't actually see the finer points. Yeah, like I'm getting carried away with the details. I need to just zoom out, focus a bit on some of the more bold strokes, and worry less about details. With that, switch to the brighter brown. That's a little better. And I think if I take some of the darkest dark and go in there again, it'll be better. And when I take the white to do the special details, I can take a couple white threads and throw them in the top and the shiniest parts. And that'll be sufficient. I see one there, one there. Oh, this needs to be 4. Yeah, this needs to be all like stroked in, because... Yeah, that's fine. And then there's one little streak bit there that needs to be left, preserved. And come back and fix that in a minute. So right there, and right there. Good thing I wasn't streaming live. I would have been howling with laughter, and that poor guy would have his stuff on the internet. As being, hey, you're the guy that fell from his death. They also had something called the Choppa, which I was like, what is this thing flying around? Apparently you can fly around in a helicopter. I don't know where it's parked in the game, but I've heard people flying around in it, and I'm like, kind of dangerous to be flying around in that thing when you have, I don't know, rocket launchers. And I'm pretty wicked with a rocket launcher, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I find a good angle, patiently wait for people to not pay attention, and then I launch a rocket, and I think I about smashed a tank to death last night with like 5 or 6 rockets. I always pick up rocket ammo because that's the thing in Fortnite. Even if you don't have the gun that fits it, you can still pick it up, pick up the ammo. And so if I find any ammo, I pick it up for 2 reasons. 1, you don't know when you'll find the gun that matches. And 2, even if you don't find the gun that matches, do you want you want the enemy to have that ammo? I don't think so. There's no penalty for carrying ammo for a gun you don't have. You can carry X amount of ammo for each gun. It's not like you have like 30 ammo slots. You have like, you can carry 300 heavy, 200 light, whatever. So it's not like you're disadvantaged by carrying ammo you're not using immediately. That's for sure. So I'm just carrying it all. Every bullet I'm not using, the enemy could use. No, thank you. I'm carrying all of it. I don't have a rocket launcher yet. Goes in the backpack. Beep, beep. There we go. Let that dry a bit. See, now I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with all these streaks here. There is a little bit of a gray aspect to it, but there's like a purplish aspect. I'm seeing a purplish color in there. I can't quite work out what it is. There's definitely a purplish. I might use a very light silvery blue-gray under all of it. Like this color. Let's see how this looks. Let's see if it's too bright. No, it's not too bright. That'd be good. Just to tint the paper a little bit of a purplish shade before we go any further. This marker's about dried out, but the thing is that just will help me a little bit on this. It's not the best solution. Oh, there we go. It's because the other end is facing downwards. There we go. There we go. I'm going to take a little bit of the cool gray in there. It's a little dark in those spots. But it's kind of dark in those spots anyway, now that I look at it. And a little bit there. There we go. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty good. Grab some cool gray in a moment. We can try cool gray 1. 1, yeah. Just add some streaks in there, just to add some variety. Yeah, that's the ticket right there. Enough of a streak to make it so you can see some of the colors without being too crazy. There we go. There we go. Right. Smell a little bit of the markers now. So we want to do a little bit of the back there. So yeah, there is legitimate light brown behind all the white streaks. I texted you again. How dare? Let's see what we got here. It's not coming through. It's because my phone's dumb. Take a minute. Ooh. I sent you 2 links and 2 different photos in your whispers. Okay, hold on. I'll be right back, guys. I have to get a Rolade real quick because my stomach is not feeling good. Be right back. I very carefully placed my camera so you won't see glimpses of my Captain America pajamas as I sit up. Yeah, I have Captain America pajamas on, whatever. Okay, so you sent me something. Did you send it to me on Discord, you said? Might be mine. Sent pics of Aunt and took it forever to get to her. No, it's me. It's me. Is it the, not sure if links will work. One is the Bulgarian Parliament building and the other one is the Throne World in Destiny. If it's okay, may I show them on chat? I would love to look at them real quick on chat. Oops, come over here, computer. Go on the computer there. There we go. I don't think it's a problem if I show on chat. I just like to make sure before I just unilaterally decide, oh, it'll be on chat. Display. Turn off. Just so I don't dox myself if I'm looking at these things real quick. Whispers. There we go. Yeah, I will raid Cryo if she's still on when I get off tonight, because Cryo's amazing. Switch Whispers. Here. Okay. I always like to ask because if it's sent privately, oh, that's cool. That's beautiful. And this one I assume is Destiny. Yeah. There's definitely a similarity in architecture. Yeah, not exactly though, because they're trying to create an alien world, but there's definitely a similarity there. So I'm going to do this real quick, guys, so we can see. It's easier this way. It's easier that way. The Prime Minister knows about that. He is such a traveler. Here we go. So that's from Nixon in China. I know my opera too well. Not the same thing as seeing the game. Yeah, I know. It's how that works. Probably finally got it. Finally got his birthday gift. Nice. But this is the Houses of Parliament in Bulgaria. But see, this is very Gothic. Not like it's like Gothic, like, you know, goth, but this is what they call Gothic architecture. The idea was to have spires pointing upwards. That's why the buildings are so tall. Look how tall the windows are. Proportionally, they're very, very, very tall. Very tall and slender. The goal was to make your eyes look upwards, especially in Gothic cathedrals. They were built to be immense with spires that point upwards to make everything, again, your eye, to lead the eye upwards to the heavens, to the skies. It's the decay in Gothic architecture that inspired stuff like Dracula and Goth culture to a degree. That could be a puzzle, exactly. But yeah, it's those pointy windows pointing upwards. Everything wants to point you upwards. Also, I think it's cool. Look at how the first, second, third story windows do not match. They match left to right, but they don't match up and down. You have a row of windows, small square ones, bigger windows at the top. And I'm thinking it's because probably there's a bottom floor, which is probably very spacious ceilings. The second floor is more functional. The third floor is probably meant to be vaulted, again, to open up to the heavens, to think upwards. Now, again, that's cathedrals, basically, but I'm sure it applies to other Gothic architecture types. Anyway, nice little dome there as well, which is kind of cool. This is in Destiny, which you can see a lot of the clearly inspired. Look at that, the 3 different levels, different windows not matching, the spires everywhere pointing upwards. Now, again, this is supposed to be alien architecture, but you can clearly see the inspiration of the Gothic architecture from Earth upon the folks that designed this game. In the game, there's so many different buildings to explore that very Gothic look. Exactly. You know what it makes me think of? The way that that inspired this is very reminiscent of how City 17 has that very pseudo-Russian, pseudo-European look. Remember from Half-Life 2? City 17, people said it felt like a refugee city in Europe somewhere. They never said where City 17 is located. And it's clearly there's all different races of all kinds there. But City 17 just had that. They said it feels like it's a Russian war-torn Russian. And this is, I'm talking about like World War II era feel. It just feels like they designed it and it feels like very, very Eastern Europe feel to it, like Poland or Hungary or someplace. They never say where City 17 is, but you can tell by the inspirations that they used. Again, the pointy windows pointing upwards, long and skinny. Very Gothic in feel. Especially, again, the spires and the tall windows is what seals it. Lots of gardens, statues, waterfalls. Exactly. Now, the things that aren't Gothic is how many spires there are here. Yeah, there's tons of spires all over the place for spires. And if you look at the Bulgarian piece, well, there are here. I mean, but they're more regulars. More regularly spaced, you know. But again, they have to take some variation. Because if they copy Earth architecture exactly, it won't look alien. Like, they have to design it close enough to something we know so it elicits an emotional response. But too similar, and it'll just look like an Earth building they plunked on an alien planet. So there's little things that they did that change stuff so that it's not quite, like, again, the window arrangements are a little bit different. But again, the whole point is so that it looks alien enough. It's familiar enough to draw an emotional response, and alien enough so that it looks like something, a fantastical world, which is pretty cool. Yeah, thanks for showing that, Valor. We're always about that. Like in this chat, we will stop and pause to look at things because there's a lot of cool things to see in the world. And it's not, I mean, it's not all on pieces of artwork. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's beautiful art to be found in games. I'm a huge fan of stuff that's, you know, like good art in other sources. Oh yeah, we're all about that here on this channel. It's not, oh, we have to look at fine art. Pinky up, everybody. I adore my fine art. But at the same time, there's gorgeous art, and you can tell who's been inspired by other folks, you know? And to me, that's what's exciting, is how, you know, fine art is just a distillation of what we can use in other chapters of the world, you know? That we can be inspired by anything and carry that inspiration to other fields is what it's very exciting. That's part of the journey, you know? It is a hive alien race. Interesting. So hive in the sense of, I'm curious now. I know nothing, so you're gonna probably school me on lore here. Is a hive race one that has like a hive mentality, or is it just a name? Like, is it ones where they literally are like, we're going to, you know, all think as a collective? Because, like, when I think of hive mind, I think of, like, Borg. You know, the Borg on Star Trek had that hive mentality. And that's part of what made them terrifying. In fact, that's what made them probably the best villains in Star Trek history. Because they literally have no remorse. They literally have no reason to worry about you. They have no ego. They have no... well, they do have an ego, I guess, because they do say we are the Borg. But at the same time, it's, you know... Their goals... and what winds up happening is just so different, because they'll burn 15,000 soldiers if they accomplish their goal. They don't care. They're relentless. Their only purpose is to, you know, the drones are born to survive. The amount of time and detail in some of the games is pretty incredible. Yeah, they're called the hive in the game, and they very much behave like a hive. As they have a queen. They look ugly skeleton creatures. Yeah. So it's also an aesthetic choice too. It's not just, oh, you know, their behavior is like a hive mind creature. It's also that in the game, that's too bright, isn't it? That would be good for that section. It's also that they behave like a hive mind. I see. CC, as my friend would say. Callie, where are you? She probably plays Destiny. Again, a lot of my friends play Destiny. My best friend in Overwatch, she gave up Overwatch to play Destiny. And it still breaks my heart to this day. And she's got a whole crew she plays with. And it's like, yeah, even if I played Destiny, I wouldn't be able to play with her because she's got a whole crew she rolls with already. That's kind of sad. You know, I lose a good friend that I love talking to in one game because they went and played another game. That happens, though. But at the same time, it's just like, ugh, rip. Rip friendship, you know? Tis what it is, my friends. Tis what it is. They basically swim all over your fire ants. Yeah, exactly. That's the hive mentality. They don't care. Because, you know, you burn one of them, they don't care. There's 50 more that'll take their place. Why should I care about dying? I don't care about dying. The hive is eternal. You know? And that's a mighty scary opponent to have to face. When they don't care about their own survival, that's where it truly gets scary, guys. Because we as human beings have a kind of a hard wire to try to survive. So when we're faced with an enemy that doesnent care about survival for that matter, that can be pretty terrifying. Because it's like, we don't know what to do with that. B11? Let's try B11 and see if that's dull enough. Yeah, that's dull enough. But we don't know what to do with that because we are hardwired to want to survive. In fact, a lot of militaries, if I'm not mistaken, train to unhardwire that, you know? Because we want to survive. We want to live. So a lot of that's to try to train yourself to realize that the hive, aka your army, is there to, because it is hardwired into us. And at the end of the day, if you are fighting the military, you want you want your country to survive. Oh no, that's bad. That's bad. That's bad. This pen leaked. That's weird. Let's flip it around the other way and see if it has any same issues. I mean, I can fix that, but yikes. But, they actually have to unprogram your brain from that survival instinct, Or else you'd be so inclined to want to survive, you may not complete your missions. And then that's what makes it truly terrifying, because it removes that human aspect of survival from it. But yeah, the Borg, man. Woo, boy. That's where I plotted good. I have friends that play more than one game. Yeah, but she gave up Overwatch completely, guys. I mean, I play Overwatch, I play Minecraft, I play Fortnite. Those are my 3 big draws. But again, that's me. And not everybody's like me. There's a lot of people that are like, you know what? Nah, I'm only playing this game. I'm looking to see if I want to start the Mandala or not. I do want to get this this collar thing done. This little eagle wing thing going on here. I do want to get that done before I forget for a 3rd time. Well, I would confess something, guys. When I was watching the movie, I was totally looking at his costume the whole time. I was like looking at it, studying, going, oh, so that's what I drew. Oh, so that's what I drew. That's interesting. Oh, that's neat. Oh, that's cool. The whole time. My lame butt is watching. I have friends who play more than one game. Yeah. I don't get it. And my friends, I don't know. It broke my heart a little bit, because I'm like, I miss them, but, if they don't want to play Overwatch anymore, I'm not going to force them to play a game they don't want to play anymore. But, it kind of sucks because, now I never talk to them, because all they do is play Destiny if they have a moment. I never see them on Overwatch anymore. I'm like, well, there goes my friend, But I feel as you do. It's not like you can only have to play one game and that's it. But, I need a really seedy... Is this yellow seedy enough? That's too yellowy. But I do want to kind of put some streaks in here like this. Yeah, that's a little too yellow. I do want a very sandy color. I might switch to like a W1. And then just do this business here with this. Yeah, that looks good. And then just do this. And then this. Put a little line there like that. And then what I want to do is probably go to 6. And then do little triangles. Actually, there's a couple lines like this. Go like that. Like that. And I might switch to a 5. The 5's handy. It's a little bit bold for my taste. Yeah, it looks pretty good, but I might want to do a little bit of a... well, it'll dissolve in a minute. If I take W1 though and put a couple of these things discolored, that'll look better, yeah. Because it'll look more like it's, yeah, like that. It's better. That's a little bit better, yeah. My friends have drugged me in other games. I know, yeah. I know what you mean there. Like, if you told me I'd be playing Fortnite, I'd be like, in what world? But I have a friend of mine who's a big Fortnite player. She got really big into it. So she poked me a little bit. I was like, eh. And I tried. I was like, eh, not for me. And I got bored because I didn't know what I was doing. And I guess the thing was I had to play it on my own, not with my friend who knew exactly where she was going. And I felt out of place and lost and bored. And then when I got in there and actually started playing, knowing how to play, you know, just fooling around and not caring about whether I win or I lose, and I'm just playing to play to understand the game. That's when I really took off as a Fortnite player, because I'm like, oh, this is cool. Because I started understanding the game because I was trying to play it on my own rather than try to keep it with my friends and getting lost, you know? That's where my Fortnite addiction came about. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I don't need all the details, just enough to tell the story, and that's enough. That's enough. And because some people are like, oh, because the funny part is, I'm gonna zoom in on this if I can safely. What happens is when you see stuff like this, people are like, oh, look at that, it's so neat. It looks like his collar, but it's just a couple little it's a couple little strokes, a couple little pen dabs, and it's stuff like that that looks cool because if you keep the texture up, like when you get to the belt, for example, and the belt looks kind of gross up close, but you know, from a distance, all the things blend together and it looks like his belt. So sometimes those little, not going into too much detail is actually the best way to go, because now people can see, this is coming along. Like, if I can get this side of his head done, I'll be happy, even if I don't get the front part of his face done. We might, though. We've got some time to get cracking on it. Although I might need a brief hydration break. Let me go get some water, and I'll be right back. And I am back. Man, this is going to be so hard mapping up that mandala, but it's going to be worth it. But, oh boy, it's going to be so hard. It's going to be such a pain in the butt. And do I want to sketch out lightly where I want the earpieces to go? I think so. So there's the ear there. So I'm going to sketch it out a little bit with some of the colors here. Beautiful, beautiful, lovely, lovely. Yep, like that. And then like that. And then this. And then we want to do a little bit of an ear like that. There's a curvature of the ear there that widens out to the part there like that. Like that exactly. There we go. And then this part comes like this. And then like that. There we go. And this goes like this. Make sure it looks good the other way around too. It does. Looks good enough anyway. I'll fix it in a minute if there's anything wonky. I need to switch up to a higher color though for this part of the ear though. And do this. And a little thread there. There we go. Perfect. And some little threads there like this. And like that. There we go. It's looking good, looking good, looking good. I'm going to switch to probably a 4 or a 6, probably 6. And we'll get a feather a little bit more in there, like this. Oh, that's a little too far. That's okay. We can carry it over there. No one's going to look and say, wow, Dr. Strange's hair looks really longer in that spot than it normally is. What's with that? No one's going to notice that. Switch to 4, I think. There we go. Looking good. Now, I want to switch to 4, I think. Stick on the 4 for a minute. Yeah, there we go. Enough to get these little strokes in there, which is what we want. Leave some of the purple undertone showing through. Actually, that little purple blob that was by accident probably needs to be exactly like that without any other changes. Yeah, that's... that purple blob is what we call a happy accident. We're going to stick with that. So let's see. Yeah, that gray's starting to look better. When I get more of the white pulled away, it's going to be better. But that purple undertone really makes it sink in really good, which is nice. Yeah, that's good. Another thing, too, is I want to marry that up to this. Blend those in together like that. Do that. There we go. We'll get to that in a minute. Let that go like that. Switch to probably a W2 and kind of make those marry up a little bit more. There we go. Some strokes like that. There we go. Grab the colorless blender, which is where I put where. I can't find it. There it is. I'm seeing a little bit of spot right there that needs to be erased out again. Got a little bit overzealous with some of the colors. That's okay. Easily removed. There we go. Now we have to get some of the colors of the temple out. It's a much drabber brown, so I think we need to be in the E53s. Yeah, it's a little bit yellower than I want it to be, but that's okay. It'll be good. And then what we'll do is we'll kind of swap to some W2 because it's kind of grayer here in the temple area where I think it's picking up some of the reflected light from the other side there. Yeah, that's pretty good. There we go. That's really shadowy there. Really shadowy. Go. And there's a lot of shadow colors that pervade over here, so we're going to kind of bulk fill it in. A little bit there. This is very, very shadowy. It does get a little bit warmer there, but we're going to kind of avoid that for right now. Go to W1, which is right here. And we'll get some of that color. We'll get some of that color a little bit brighter in a moment. Right now I'm just trying to get some of the shadow color to reflect the dullness of it. Okay. He makes gray look great. Yeah, exactly. I was like, I need to put some streaks in my hair now. I mean, I've got them naturally building in slowly. But yeah, not as classy as his yet. When I get around to doing a cosplay costume, I want to be Warlock. Be a Warlock. A Warlock from Destiny, right? So I realize there's Warlocks in different contexts. There was a superhero in it, I believe, named Warlock. I believe. If I'm not mistaken. I think he's Black Widow's son. I think, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. I'm thinking of Wiccan, probably. Or Wicca, whatever his name is. Good night, bro. Heading to bed. Wore out. Good night, all. Have a good night, sis. Love you. Thanks for dropping by and contributing to my vote. And don't forget you can use channel points to unlock Wacko in the future for future chats. I thought it'd be fun. I don't know why. The inspiration just struck me. I'm like, I need to have Wacko as an emote. Like, when I get in trouble, and I remember like 90% of Twitch is, you know, memes anyway, so we're okay there. Have a good one, sis. Percent of Twitch is memes and sadness. Switch to a really dark. Is this dark enough brown for this? No, it's barely dark. I do need a dark brown, like a chestnut brown. I think E57 should be it. This should be dark enough here. It's close enough. We'll probably get a little bit darker in a minute. There we go. Doctor Strange would be a warlock if he was in Destiny. True. Very true. True, all that. That is all 100% true. My wife and I were having a very lively discussion about this, about how I feel like Doctor Strange has the ego of a Tony Stark, but he chose to surrender that ego because he knew it wasn't going to do him any good. Like he was lost with that ego, and he still recognizes it in Tony Stark as being what made him weak in a sense, because his ego kind of does make him weak in a way. Meaning, it made Doctor Strange weak. It made him an egotistical jerk. But now his ego he uses as kind of, he's tempered his ego to be, I know what I'm capable of, and therefore I will not let evil forces shake me. Rather than being, I'm so good, I'm so full of myself. You know, like he was. Good night. Good night, everybody. Well, not good night, everybody. Good night, sis. Good night, sis. Good night, moon. Okay, I'm done. Do I want to jump this up to this orange color? Let's see how orange this is. That's pretty orange. Let's go a little bit more subtle on this. Why? Oh. Will this be good enough, or is this too orangey? It's a little bit not red enough. Yellow red. Let's try up to this one. This one might be the right ticket. I need R. Red, yellow, or YR. Where's the YR? YR2. Let's try YR4. I would show y'all what I use these orange colors for, but I don't know if it's completely Twitch safe. I've been told my drawing wasn't Twitch safe, and I didn't know that. I was like, let me not show that on Twitch no more then. But it is a rather sexy picture of a model who also happens to be a Twitch streamer. And I was like, oh, okay, well, then I'll try not to put it on stream anymore. Put a little bit more pink in there, shouldn't we? Yeah, a little bit more pink. R22, R20. R20, R14. R14 might be the ticket. Let's see. Yeah, R14 is the ticket. Here we go. Oh, yeah, that's it. That's the color we want, guys, right there. candy. It's not quite that song, though. I feel like whoever wrote that was trying to do I want candy without being copyright infringement. We'll let that dry. It's a little bit soaked. The paper's starting to buckle a little bit there. Make sure it didn't go too bold. It'll be alright. The problem is right now the ear is very pale, so it makes the boldness of this color here just scream out. It's like, no. One thing at a time. We need to make the ear, meld the ear in. And actually, I might start kicking up the ear a little bit by going up to EO2, which will give us the values we need. There we go, yeah. That needs to be brought up a little bit, I think? Yeah, maybe a little bit. Yeah, we're going to tweak that just a little bit. What did we decide was a good color for this? E13? Yeah, this would be a good color. Surprised my other friend doesn't come in. I got a couple of friends that haven't come in lately. Hope they're okay. One of them I was hoping they'd come in because they should have got a shipment from me. BRB. All right. No worries. Yeah, that paper's buckling big time. So it's okay that we can wait a little bit on that. Whoops. Took over a whole slew of them. Ooh, R59. I didn't know I had R59. Let's see what this R59 can do. Wasn't there something over here I can do? Yeah, here we go. Let's see what the R59 is capable of doing. Oh, yeah, that's a good color. That's the stuff. Oh, yeah, that's the stuff. Alright, so let's fill that in with this. My ding-dongs are barking at the neighbor dog because I don't like him barking. I shouldn't say my ding-dongs. I should say only one of my ding-dongs because he's the only one that barks at the neighbor dog. There we go. Not bad, right? A little bit of Benedict Cumberbatch magic going on there. We've made a lot of progress on this tonight. I was kind of worried I wouldn't. I was hoping I'd get the whole face done tonight, but I realized that's probably a very unrealistic goal. But even just doing like this much of the face is a huge starting point. I also want to see about the mandala. The colors sweeping into the... Okay, yeah. So we definitely want to take some of the RV42, I think it is. Yeah, that's the color I think we want. And we want to sweep some of that into there very carefully. Like that. And I do want to see if there's a color I can sample in there that... Yeah, it's like a very light taupe color. Is E70 going to fit the bill? Let's see if E70 will fit the bill. A70 should fit the bill okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this this blending tool, blend it all together while it's still wet. Let's see if it's... this marker's still good and damp. Although it's getting dried out. So, let's refill this while we're thinking of it. Put the drawing to a side for a moment. And I have my colors blender refill somewhere. There's still a little bit of fluid left in this, so we're going to dump all this fluid that's in here back in here. All dripped in there. Oops, right on the side. My finger got all squeaky because the alcohol, the alcohol pretty much ran off of it. Let's try taking the rest of it and dumping it in there. This bottle's empty as a football here. Slowly dripping it up. There we go. Yeah, it's kind of like, there we go. I think this is overfilled actually, which is crazy to think about that way, but it feels like it is. Man, I can't believe I scratched myself that good. Ooh, I scratched myself real good. Alright, let's try blending it really quickly, see if we can get this to blend a little bit nicer. Now that we've got this thing filled up really good and chonky. Yeah, there we go. We'll let that dry though, because it's starting to get a little bit streaky. Go back to the... oh, come on, face. I'll see if I can get the ear done tonight. We'll call it a night at the ear, I think. Although I might do... a little bit. Yeah, we're going to do the ear. Too many colors on it. You should see my desktop, guys. You should absolutely see it. Hold on a second. Let me pan over the colors. This is how chaotic my desktop's gotten with Copic markers. They're just everywhere. Everywhere. That's my range of colors, and I have to sort through those to find the color I want. Good luck, Jay. Alright, so let's do a base coat of probably I can probably put the warm grays away for right now. Oh, the warm gray 4 should probably go like this and streak through. There we go. So let's grab some W2 though, and fill some of that in there. Kind of dissolve it into that mess. Like that. Dissolve it somewhat into that mess. And we want to grab probably the W3023. Now this isn't ashy enough. I need a very ashy brown. We'll get to that in a minute. But it's starting to get a watercolor effect right there, isn't it? Which is kind of nice. And I can live with that. Although this is looking very pink, which is okay. But it also means I need to go to probably E00 and see what that does. Yep, that's going to be bold enough. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bulk fill with the E22. And then we'll come back with the well, actually we're going to streak that in real quick while it's still damp. Let that dry a minute. And while that's drying, guys, I'm going to sort out all of my warm grays and put them back into the holder if I need them. Well, I'll leave the 6 out. But 2 I need to put back. And I'll start putting back the blues as well, because I think I'm done with the blues. I'll have to come back in here, but I can get those blues out after we're done. W1, 2, 4. Skipping a couple numbers. I'll put B21. B21 for robes. That way I know. 21, 24, 29. I wonder if there's one between 24 and 29, because if there was one, I really needed to use it. This one here. We do start need to put away anything that's not a warm gray color, because we're running out of the cools are pretty much about done. Because now we're going to be progressing into the warms for the mandala next anyway, so we'll leave 6 and 8 out. The warm green WG41 that I use for the eye can go away. B37. Scoot all these over. In case you're wondering what my case looks like, guys. This is what it looks like. It's a nice cloth case. Hold on, let me move this out of the way so you can see. So this is my arrangement here, guys. This is just part of the colors here. So basically I pull them out based on color importance, like what color looks like it's going to be the closest to what I need to use. And I can actually put most of the flesh colors away. I can always grab them out in a one by one basis. Fruit pink. Come on, Chichi. E-quads. E00. There we go. That's a good chunk of them away. I can actually put a lot of the red ones away. I just don't want to, because I know I'm going to need them for the mandala in a minute. And any pink tones will go towards making this better. And actually, I might need to do a couple samples in there, because it looks like it's a lot more red than I thought originally. Yeah, it's a lot more red. It's a little bit of taupey tone, but it's also very red. That's going to be very dark in there. Yeah, see, that's very, very dark.
Shut up and sit down.
You shut up and sit down, woman. This is called actionable, like you would in sports. So I find that interesting. So I guess it's supposed to be used for like sports reel highlights or something. So my guess that was kind of what the person who designed it was supposed to be thinking of as sports TV show highlights. Go to W6, because I feel like there's a little bit of tie in there between the hair and the eye. The W6, yeah, it's W6. And we're streaking some of this where the darker parts of that are exactly what we want to do. Streaking some of the darker parts there. There's a little feathering going on there. Nice, nice, nice. A few streaks like that. Feathering that in like that. Okay. A few streaks like that. That's a little bit too dark. Hold on. Take the blender and blend it out a little bit.
Shut up and sit down.
All right, so we want to get another core shadow going, right where the ear thing is. So like that. Oh boy. This is the part of the evening, guys.
Hi, Deborah.
Do my, what do you call it? Everybody loves Raymond. That was my Brian Garrett, but it failed because my voice is so dry tonight. Brad Garrett, not Brian Garrett.
He played Robert.
And everybody loves Raymond. He also was Bloat on Finding Nemo. The, what do you call it? The puffer fish. Oh gosh, he's so good in that too. I mean, let's be honest. The entire fish tank was filled with talent. You had William Dafoe as Gil. You had Allison Janney as the starfish. Austin Pendleton as the bicolored pseudochromis. I can't remember what his name was called. I can remember the name of the breed. I can't remember the name of his character. Bloat was the pufferfish. Gil was Willem Dafoe. He was the Moorish idol. Peach was the starfish. Can't hear you, Peach. Jacques was the cleaner shrimp. I remember that. Voila, it's clean. Wi-Fi doesn't work in one of the rooms in the house. I know. It's like that's been okay. If you're on Spectrum, Spectrum, you might be having a lot of troubles with what's called MAC addresses. My computer is not getting. Our router is not assigning MAC addresses, so it's putting us off of Wi-Fi and putting us onto the cloud. 4G, and it's costing us money and data because we don't know we're on 4G because we're on Wi-Fi network, but the Wi-Fi is broadcasting. It's just not broadcasting internet because Spectrum fails to assign us a MAC address for our router. So it's just broadcasting bullcrap signal. What was I looking up? Oh, the cast of Finding Nemo. I was trying to remember who Austin Pendleton was in Finding Nemo. Now, I got to attempt to make some energy so I can attempt to game. We do have Spectrum. Yeah. Oh, gosh. I don't want to see that crap. Austin Pendleton. Finding Nemo. He wasn't in Fiddler. Oh, he must have been on a stage version of Fiddler on the Roof. Cast. Here we go. Albert Brooks, Alexander Gould, Nemo. Jeffrey Rush was... Which one was Jeffrey Rush? Was he a pelican? I think. Christoph Goblitz, Christian Temitz, and Joanna Trapinski. Who the heck are these people in Finding Nemo? They must have been the foreign voices. Bloat was Brian Garrett. Allison Janney was Peach. Yeah, because they don't even have account names. Florian Simbeck. Stephen Root was Bubbles. Gurgle. I don't think they actually called him Gurgle in the film. Did they? I don't think they did call him that. Eric Bana was... It's got to be the foreign language version. Barry Humphries played Bruce. Name's Bruce! Elizabeth Perkins is Coral. Her name, Elizabeth Perkins, sounds so familiar. What was she in? She was in Big, and she played Coral for like 2 seconds. She was in Hop. Well, that's interesting. That's enough internet for today, guys. That's enough internet for today. Yeah, it's very annoying. Yeah, exactly. I have to use hardwire internet for work, but also for other things too. Because Suctrum, aka Spectrum, decides it wants to force me to not get a MAC address. It's very, very annoying because, again, I pay for good internet and I get shafted every time with. I pay for good internet and I still get the shaft. Sorry, I don't mean to make light of it. It just makes me think of that kid in, what was it? What was the name of that movie? Oh, come on, guys, help me out here. Christmas Vacation. It's like, what is the deal with Santa Claus anyway? Like, what do you mean? I've been good all year? What's the point? I'm good all year? I still get the shaft. And that kid's got it all figured out, man. How old is that kid? She got it all figured out. I mean, she does, man. I need something that's a little bit darker in value than this. This is R11. Do I have an R20? Something a very, very pale pink. R20. R00? No, I mean R20. Isn't there an R20? Such a thing exists? I know. 22, 24, 27. There's an R20. I know it. I own a refill for it, for gosh sakes. R20 is a thing. There's R11, R14. There's an R20. It's a very pale pink. Okay, do I have any Star Trek Next Generation fans out there? Oh, there it is. I was going to say, this is like Remember Me. When that episode of, when Bev Crusher was remembering her friend Dr. Galen Quace, and no one remembered who Galen Quace was, or like, there is no Galen Quace in all of Starfleet. And she's like, but he was just on the ship. And they're like, there is no Galen Quace, Dr. Crusher. And she's like, but he's there. He was my mentor. He sponsored me. And no one remembers Galen Quace. It's because she created a world in her own mind where all of her friends were disappearing. Remember that episode? That's what happened with R20 just now. This R20 was Galen Quace. The case was telling me it didn't exist, and I know I owned the refill for it. I Galen Quaced it. Oh, you love Star Trek? Oh, yes. Heck yeah. You know what I should do for my subscriptions? I should have made it rank insignia for Star Trek. Instead, I made it Minecraft-themed paint palettes. I can always change it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm tied to it. It's not like I'm stuck with it. I might push these values up a little bit more and then call it a night. We'll have to see. I freaking love Star Trek so much. Like, I've seen every version of Star Trek except the brand new Paramount ones. Not out of hatred, but because I just don't have Paramount Plus. I know there's a lot of people that say, oh god, it's so terrible. I'm like, I don't know. I haven't seen it. I rather liked Picard when I started watching it. Is it exactly what I expected? No. But then again, being fair, I didn't like Enterprise to start. I didn't. And then I realized what it was. And a friend of mine brought it to my attention. Enterprise is not a good Star Trek show. It isn't. It's a lousy Star Trek show. It's a great sci-fi that just shows you how the Federation got started. So from that point, I watched Enterprise, and then I was like, no, this show is amazing. Like, I went from loathing it to absolutely loving it. Because you have to let go of, it's not going to be Star Trek. It's not. Star Trek is the Federation. Like, I didn't realize that until I watched Enterprise and realized why I didn't like it. The Star Trek is all about the Federation. Without the Federation, it doesn't feel like Star Trek. So, without the Federation, it doesn't feel like Star Trek. But it's still a ripping good sci-fi yarn. And I rather enjoy Enterprise. If only for 2 episodes of Enterprise. And that is A Night in Sickbay, which is an amazingly good episode. And Dead Stop, I think it's called. It's the one that stars Roxanne Biggs, a.k.a. Belana Torres, as the voice of an alien space station that automatically self-repairs things. And she directed the episode too. Such a fantastic episode. If If you don't watch Enterprise, watch that episode alone. It's so great. Her direction is good, solid, but it's also a really amazing story because basically they get caught in a Romulan minefield. Their ship the Enterprise gets blown pretty much to not smithereens, but they got big old rips and holes. They don't know how to repair it. But there is a space station that is automated that can repair things. Only thing is, it exacts a very high price for its repairs. And that's where things get very intriguing. It's worth it, even if you're not an Enterprise fan. Just like the Enterprise is damaged, they find it and go. Like, that's all you need. The Enterprise is damaged, and they need repairs. Go. Watch that episode by itself. Definitely worth it. Definitely a fun romp. And there's a great moment when one of my favorite moments involving Dr. Phlox is when he's doing their navigator gets killed on the station, and he's doing spoiler alert, cup of coffee, hi, how are you? Spoiler alert, he's doing an examination of the body of the navigator, and he goes, this is not Ensign Mayweather. And they're like, excuse me, this is his dead body. No, it's not. Look, I've landed on the first go. What the heck, cup of coffee? Look at that. Boom, right out the gate. I should say, bing, right out the gate. Sorry. Too much, what was the name of that movie, guys? Come on, Groundhog Day. How are you today, cup of coffee? I am in the processes of wrapping up for the evening, but I shall return in Goldfinger. No, wait, that's James Bond. There we go. Here we go. Just erasing a little bit of the things that we're kind of tripping over from before. I think I've watched most of the diff season wanting to see Picard. There's a few things about Picard I wasn't crazy about, but honestly, I'm okay with it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm okay with them taking a break from what I expected, because if it's what I expected, I can play fan fiction in my head. I don't need it. I want them to not play on my expectations. I don't want them to destroy a favorite character. No. But I'm okay with them taking a character in a direction I didn't expect, because sometimes people grow beyond what you think. You know? And I think that was one of the biggest complaints. Pretty good getting some inspiration from Twitch channels, aka, cup of coffee, too nice. Cup of coffee does some beautiful art. Some beautiful art. A lot of beautiful art. I always boast on your stuff because you do beautiful things. And I know what you mean, though. Sometimes I don't have to watch a stream that I do, a stream that does what I do to be inspired. I watch people that do things that I don't do, and I'm inspired by that. I love it. I love seeing things that I wouldn't make inspire me. And it's not bitterness. It's just it's not my skill set, you know? But there's a lot of fabulous people that do things I could never do. Or, no, let me rephrase that. I think we're capable of doing anything. I don't currently possess the skill set to do what they do. Let me put it that way. I think if I applied myself and studied really hard, I could do it. Because I've seen people that said they could absolutely, like, positively could never, ever do this. And they've practiced hard and they got there. Because it's not, you know, you're capable of doing anything if you put your mind to it. But the thing is, that's the hard part, is putting your mind to it. You may not have the energy to follow it through. And that's fine. I know there's certain things I will never want to do, take the energy and time to devote to do. That's fine. I'm quite happy with what I can do right now, and I'd like to do more things, and when I do, I'll learn those and go on from there. But for right now, I'm happy with what I'm doing and happy to watch other folks make their beautiful things. There we go. Blend that out a little bit more. I'm going to rotate this around, guys, just to see image, rotate 180 degrees, just to get it back to the normal view so I can see. Oh, you can't even see what I'm looking at, guys. I'm sorry. Let me turn the display back on so you can see my photo reference. Gosh, that ear looks so wrong. Come on, where's my mouse pointer? There we go. I think it's because it's too... Yeah, I think I put that too high up, but that's okay. Yeah, that'll be fine. I need to switch to a R20, which I didn't think existed, but apparently it does. Couldn't find it for a minute. I thought for a second I made up R20 in my brain, but no, there it was. Just misplaced it for a minute. Okay, I need to go to the darker browns and dabble in this real quick. And then a little crease there. There we go. And there we go. It's looking good. Curvature out that way. There we go. There we go. I need to get to the darkest darks now. Start putting those in. So pocket there in the hollow of the cheek. A pocket there of the darkest browns. And there's also a little bit of a line there. So there we go. I also think that this needs to be a little bit more pink in the back here. So we're going to kill some of that for the sake of, there we go, much better. And I need to straight up to the R22 to put a little bit of streak there. Oh, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful baby. And then this needs to go like this, so I can put in some... Oh, I painted my finger on my head. I'm not worried about it too much because as far as I know, it's not very toxic. It is an alcohol base, but from what I understand, you know, obviously you can just take rubbing alcohol and wipe it off and it should be mostly okay. R14. And... that was my pretend sound of it landing, which I think it missed. Alright, do this, and that, there we go. And I'll probably switch to W5, so I can do some of these little streaky streaks there. Scroll up some so I can see what I'm working on. Okay. Yeah, that's too pale. It needs to be a light, more of a brighter brown color, I think. So there's, whoop. Scroll up some more. There we go. So there's that done. Yeah, this is very, very murky in here and should be much darker than it is. And yeah, it should be like there. I'm gonna swap to the colorless blender to blend out some of these shades a little bit, so it's not so bold and murky. There we go, much better. Blend that a little bit more so it's not so weird. Clear that up just a little bit, just a little bit. There we go. That's not bad. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. There we go. Much, much, much better. Crisis soon. I'm going to do a drop real quick. I used to have it programmed in my keyboard, but I don't remember what key it is. Is it F10? F8. F9. F12. How about I just type drop? Exclamation point drop, and an emote will make it fall. Or if you hit twice, it's going to just enter it. Alright, I think it's time we call it a night. As soon as I get some of this stuff with the shadows sorted out, I want to get this part somewhat sorted out. So let's just switch to this warm brown color and see if we can get this temple and painted in a little bit better. That's not bad. Yeah, that's a lot better. Yeah, that's a little bit better like that. And I think we definitely need a darker flesh color for up here. And then we'll go to W0, I think. And what was it? What was it again, guys? Was it E53? I don't think so. That'll work though. It's a nice pale color. It'll help kind of fill in some of the gaps. Get some of the creases in his forehead in there. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we got something going. Oh, and the E0 here can go like a shadow mound right there on top of the brow there. Switch to EC6, sorry, W6. Some of that there. Switch to back to 5. Kind of mash that in there so it kind of starts blending the hairs into the temple a little bit better. There we go. Yep. It's getting really wrinkled from being overworked, but when I get the rest of it laid in, it's going to look a little better. Right now, his ears are looking bloody. But that's because we're in the processes of... I keep saying I'm going to cut myself off, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a little bit of color here. Just like that. And a little spot right there where it gets a little wider. There we go. And a little line right here. Oops, it's a little too high, isn't it? No, it's about right, because this one comes here. And scoots beneath that shadow line there. Perfect. And that goes like that. Perfect, also. Good. That's a lot darker than I've portrayed it, so let's go to E23, I think. No, I need something really, really pale. E84, is that going to be pale enough? Is it too... That's too coppery. What about 50? E50 something. The E31 might be the ticket. Let's see if this is still awake. Yeah, that might be a little bit too coppery, but we'll try. That's good enough to get started. Okay, good. So we're just going to leave it like that. The paper's buckling. Let's call it a night. Paper's buckling. I need to stop pushing it. I can tear a hole in the paper if I'm not careful. We'll leave it be. So that's where we are. That is where we are. Although I don't like some of the blotchiness that's happening there. See if I can grab the R11 and kind of blend it out just a bit. See if I can blend it out just a bit. There we go. Yeah. Better. It's kind of on purpose blotchy, but it just looks a little too bold. Okay, good. Who landed? Cup of coffee looks like they landed. Yep, they sure did. Give us the points. I'm also looking to see if I want to do anything darker while we're here. Probably grab a W8 and do this real quick. Pop in some zinger colors there. Some zingers there. And I probably want to switch to the W6 or W5 just to kind of make that blend in. Yeah, that's a little bit better. I really should be on the W9 to do a couple streaks like this. Like this. Like this. Just a couple of things like that. A couple lines like that. A couple things there. Helps if you do that, Jay. Helps if you're on the right screen when you do that. So I'm going to leave that alone. There we go. No more. Leave it alone. We're done. Done for tonight. Come back with another night and fix more. Oh, by the way, guys, I will not be here. I have to cancel Friday's stream. This Friday, when I normally stream 8 to 10-ish. I guess it's 8 to 10:30-ish. I will not be... I have another engagement, so I won't be able to stream. So next time, I will hopefully have this mapped out, and I will get the rest of the face done. So, I mean, I got the hair and the cheek done, which is a huge, huge stepping point. And actually, I don't like the hairs there. You can see me. This is what I look like, guys. I look like this. Hold on. I have to turn it upside down real quick. I'll switch to camera views because I already have it set up so I can do this. This is me. The right color marker. Ready? This is me. Oh, that's not even right, is it, Jay? This is me the whole time. I'm like... That's me when you don't see me. I'm like doing this. Like that. I don't know how that helps, but that's what I typically do. It's like a really weird dance that I do. And believe me, it takes me a minute to do what I just did, which is where I yeah, that's gonna blend out nicely. I had to flip the camera up the other way really quickly because I only have one camera right now. I used to have my laptop as my face cam, and then that, and then I don't. And I might get a face cam eventually, but for right now, it's an unnecessary expense. I need to get one though, just so I have a second one. I had a camera that worked, and it sucks, so I'm not using it. All right, let's zoom out a little bit. That's actually going to show off my Captain America pajamas. Let's not do that. And we'll take a picture for social media, and then we'll go raid somebody. If Cryo's still on, we'll raid Cryo. She's an amazing artist, guys. She's an amazing artist of great talent and printmaking ability. If she's on, I hope she's still on. Let's take a look and make sure that took right. I'm gonna have to stand up. Doing this from an angle is not doing me any favors. I keystone so bad. Here we go. All right, so let's see who's on. If Cryo's on, we'll raid Cryo. If she's not, we'll have to figure it out. All right, let's see what we got here, guys. Actually, I'm going to turn off my display cam. And I should probably turn my camera into a regular cam. Hold on. See, I always suck at this because doing this, and then I have to get close up. There we go. Ah! No! There we go. That way you're not looking at, like, nothing while I'm looking at something. That would be really stupid, right? Right? God, those gloves look so bad in miniature form. Okay, let's see if Cryo's on. That one's still on. Oh, Cryo raided somebody. Poop. Poop, poop, poop. Yeah, she raided somebody. Suriana, which she looks interesting enough, but I wanted to raid Cryo, dang it. Cryo's cool. Who else is on? Calvin Sims is on. Have a great night. I'll be seeing you around. Yeah, definitely. If you've got 2 seconds to stick around while I do a raid, I would love that. But if you can't, I understand. You might have things to do. People to see. Faces to see. And Marakita's on. Marakita. Okay. Let's do Marakita. She's cool. Is she coming on now? Oh, she's on. We're rating her. She's cool. I like Marakita. She's an amazing artist. She's doing Raven from all that, right? All that. She's doing Raven from, you know her from Teen Titans, although she's also other things too. So from DC, but Teen Titans. She's doing a beautiful pose. A beautiful pose. That's not easy to do, like a cross-legged crisscross applesauce. Here we go. Let's go rate her. She's awesome. Guys, thanks for coming by. Again, no stream on... Normally I do streams... on Fridays. This Friday I will not be doing a stream. I have other obligations. I will be back Tuesday, same time, 8 to 10 or 8 to 10:30. Hopefully getting more completed with with Doctor Strange. I think it'll take me about 2, maybe 3 more streams to get him finished, maybe 4. I'm hoping to have him done by May. I don't know if that'll be possible, but I'm hoping to have him done. Guys, I love you. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for dropping by for the first time, Valor Queen. Good to have you. How come I can't spell Marakita right? Does she have raids turned off? I'll just copy it from that and call it a night. Is that the stream raid? Where's the raid part? There it is. But love you guys. I will see you soon. I will start the raid, then we'll close it out. But again, I love you guys so much. Really appreciate it. I really appreciate all the folks that came by. Appreciate my lurkers. Appreciate my folks that are active. Really appreciate all your lurks. I will see you soon. Bye.
So that's just something I commonly know. See that? Yeah, right there. Oh frig, that scared me. That threw me for a loop for a second. Hi Jason, how was your stream? I hope you had a good one. What'd you work on? Welcome Raiders. I'm talking about the food danger zone. Look it. Not a lot of people know this, but if you leave out food in these